And there we go. Hi guys, what's up? This is the Road to 2000 and I'm playing against the viewer this time. This guy is pretty strong, 1960C. 60C? So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to play e4 and show you how to beat people at this rating, hopefully. So he plays the French, which is really nice to see. There are many ways to punish the French, and then saying this as a French player, I play the Queen's Gambit, I play the classical French. Let's stick with the d4 move, and I think we are going for the Tarrasch. Alright, we could play knight c3 the classical, I want to play the Tarrasch. Alright, this guy said he left the French from me, so what am I supposed to do? Like lose and show you that I'm the best teacher ever, or destroy this guy? And I don't know, man. Maybe we should play a really balanced game. Okay, so this is not what I play though. I usually take against the Tarrasch. I have to say this because at this point we can take queen take or pawn take, and white gets a really comfortable position. I like the position we get. And they decided to take with the pawn, makes sense. And now we can play knight on f3. Or we could give a check as well. I don't really remember the move over there. I think knight f3 is the move. But even bishop on b5 makes sense. Bishop b5, bishop e2, there is queen e2. I think I want to start with knight on f3. Alright, he plays knight on f6, and now we can go for this check. And usually you block with the knight. If you block with the bishop, there is queen e2. You block with the queen, and I think I can develop the knight in that case. In this case, I just want to castle. My opponent is probably going to play bishop e7. That's the right move. You should like to castle as soon as possible. Now, I could go for this, but you can definitely defend. So instead of doing that, I want to win a pawn. I just want to win a pawn. Alright, now I could hold on this pawn. So I could play knight on b3, for example. Or I could take and go for the move b4. Before, let's say you play a5, I can play c3. So both of them make sense. I think I just want to go for knight on b3. So yeah, I'm going for this, and I don't think this is a mistake, should be completely fine. If he pins my knight, I could even go back with bishop eventually. The fact is that I'm not sure if I want to give this bishop actually. Yeah, in fact, in this case, instead of giving my bishop away, I could just play bishop e2 right away. The fact is that if I play bishop on d3, it looks better, and it is better. Don't get me wrong, it is better, but my opponent can play knight on b4. Knight on b4 attacking the bishop once again, and at that point I'm not sure what am I supposed to do, so I'm going to play bishop on e2. Instead of taking the knight, I think bishop on e2 is completely fine as well. I still up a pawn, I kill the bishop pair, then saying if you want to win this pawn you need to waste some move, but in the meanwhile I'm going to prove my position a lot and I'm going to be pretty happy. Right, so this is a move maybe, I don't know, feels a bit sloppy to me. I don't really love it, but will make sense. But I think I can just play a4. a4, as simple as that. Your idea is to play a4, attacking my knight, and you can win the pawn. I'm just going to play a4, and I hold on this pawn. Right, now you put pressure on this one, so looks really natural to go for this. Maybe not now, but pretty soon. Could even play bishop d3, but then you pin me, so it doesn't really make a ton of sense. I want to avoid this, so playing c3 has to be a sensible move. You cannot play queen on b6, putting pressure on the knight, because there is the pawn. So I think this is the way to go. And if you play something like knight on e4, I guess I'll figure knight on e4 probably wins the pawn back, but it's completely fine. My goal is not to be up material, is to have a better position right now, so I can give my pawn back in order to get a better position. And my opponent is going to have this huge weakness. Alright, more pressure on the pawn. I think I could go with bishop on e3. Bishop on e3, just adding one more defender, just developing a piece. I can't really develop the piece. I mean, this bishop on many other squares, and I should be fine. Before playing this, I probably should have played h3 maybe, because now you get to play this move. And my idea was, well, I'm going to play this and defend the pawn. which is fine, but I don't know, feels a bit sloppy. Maybe you should play the HD first. Alright, but apparently it doesn't really matter. And I think it's time to go for my idea. This knight is not really doing a lot, so I think I want to develop this knight, attacking the bishop, and maybe I could even go for this eventually. And I guess now I am on a pretty good spot. So the knight on b3 goes on d4 because it wasn't doing a lot. If bishop take, I just win a piece. If knight goes on d square, I just win a piece once again. So you have to do something with this bishop. And my idea is not like only to move this bishop, only to make my opponent waste a move, but is to go on b5. On b5 I'm attacking the queen. Now this knight makes sense, still defending the pawn, and life is good. This was my idea. Let's see if this makes sense. I could even go for this, but I think I want to start with this one. Just attacking the queen. Eventually I might even get in if I need to, and looks really good. Alright, and it puts the queen on a really passive square. I don't like this move at all. The queen is on a really passive square now, and I don't really understand why you decided to do that. I would like to move this knight, but after that you could win this technically. Could even go for h3. h3 first, because it looks a bit annoying. If I play h3 you can't put something on g4, and I'm pretty happy with that. If you sacrifice the bishop, I don't see a way to get advantage of that. You're just down a piece. Alright, and if you play this, you just give me a huge target. I thought I was going to play this, but now I think I can just go for knight on d4. So I didn't want to play knight on d4 because the bishop can take, but in this case we can take the bishop, and if you take, we take the rook. So it does make sense. We could even go for this, but this move looks more active. Alright, the bishop goes back once again. What can we do now? What can we do now is threatening to take. He is threatening to take. Easy? Because let's say he takes, I can take, you take, I take, and then you can win the knight, but I win the rook. So actually you can't even take now. You can't even take because I can defend tactically. So I guess it's time to do something decent with my pieces. And I want to play bishop on f3. The idea is that now I free this file, and also I'm putting pressure on this pawn. The other idea is that my opponent is probably going to play this, because this is not easy to see. Right, but apparently my opponent saw that. Could even play this. I'm not sure I'm seeing a sort of advantage with that. What else can I even play? So let's say this happened once again. Take, take, queen take. Maybe you want to take with the queen? Is this your idea? Oh, I'm talking too much and I don't have time. That's why I decided to play with 15-10, because at least I had time to think and talk. I guess I'm going to take and keep it simple. You play this, I play this, and I take pieces. Yeah. And if you play this... I saw something, I guess? Well, I guess I just play this. And this pawn should be defendable. But yeah, now I really need to play fast chess. I talk too much, man. Talk too much. I was talking, and I, missed the fact that I didn't have time. Alright. You can't take the pawn twice because we have the 4. Oh, miss this. Totally miss this, obviously. But I guess I can play rook b1. Now you can win the pawn, but you have to be pretty careful, and I have a pass pawn as well. Alright, I don't love this one. Can put a ton of pressure now. You should have played this instead. Just, attacking the weakness. Now it's giving me some chance to win the pawn. And also this pawn is pretty weak now, because I have rook d1. Right, let's defend first. Perfect. Now this is crazy weak. This bishop is a monster, this controls everything. And this comes. So that you don't have this static, I have to take and you win the pawn. And if you play this, I can just block. And I should win the game. Okay, let's take this one as well. I spotted a great tactic that I missed. Yeah, I didn't know how to win this. Oh god, I didn't know how to win this. So I decided to go for the stalemate. It was mate in 4, but with 1 second, 2 seconds, you can't see the mate in 4. I mean, and even if I saw the mate in 4, I was going to lose on time, so I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to give checks. And yeah, I got lucky, I got it though actually. So yeah, great game, and GG by the way. Let's check the analysis. Alright, this is the accuracy, and let's see what happened. This is all theory, knight on f3, bishop on b5, castle, and this says I have a 50% winning rate in this position. Alright, we take, we're up a pawn, we can defend this way, is almost -1, we have a better position obviously, but you know, we still have to play a game. This looked logical to me, but apparently all of this idea was bad. Instead of going for that, I should have... Okay, what is the difference? Because of... Yeah, really, what is the difference? Bishop g6? I don't know, I was like, I'm going to play knight on b5, but apparently knight on b5 is bad. Apparently knight on b5 is just not a really good move, even if you think about it. And if you see, this position looks pretty great. It's +2, is a +2 position, and I'm doing well. Apparently this was the best idea. I basically blundered and I played the best ideas. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and this looked logical to me, but apparently in this position I have bishop take on g7, which I completely missed. I didn't have time. I was just talking, and I saw that I had 2 minutes at a certain point. Yeah, this is obviously completely winning, and my opponent found a... How on earth can you find this? Sacrificing a piece? And you understand that this works? That's crazy, like that's crazy. It took 8 seconds to calculate this shit? You're a fucking genius, man. You're a fucking genius. And to be honest, you're a fucking genius. Nothing else to say. Best defensive move I ever seen in my life. This thing worked, and apparently is just rook d1. I was like, I win a piece, I didn't... okay, but yeah. Although you played a really terrible move, which is Daily Dukes. Daily Dukes is the worst mistake ever you can possibly make. I'm going to win this endgame if I have time. And also, I mean, I think you knew this was losing for you. You decided to play Rooks because maybe I had Quakes. But man, I have 10 seconds. Just keep the Rooks. Keep checking me and you win on time. As simple as that. You had the chance to win on time. This position I thought it was a draw. Is not, I think, because I can push the pawn. Let's say I play this and you play king on a fate. What is the way to win this? Like, I have to get on this square and then a push, probably. Maybe. I think it's this. Push. Yeah. And this is how you win. Okay. Makes sense. And well, this was obviously winning for me and I just didn't have time. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with the next one. Bye bye.